Okay, I think this century is one of the cities. Cities are in vogue at the moment, and for very good reasons, because of the development. As you can see, is one of urbanization. Society is being urbanized in many ways, and people are moving to the cities. Then we have some challenges that are handled in the cities. I think there are three ways we can easily look upon cities today. One as being hubs for competition, because the new economy is really based on the urban agglomerations. So this means that cities are motors of growth. We can see that the new service economy is really boosting the economy, and that's where innovation takes place. So the service economy is also based with what we call the knowledge economy, with the new input of human capital. People are becoming very important to the innovation and economic development. And we can call this the competitiveness of cities that is becoming important. The second part is that people are moving into cities. We can call this the attractive city. This is where people go to find jobs, obviously, but it's also where people want to live today, because they can find ways to enhance quality of life because of the office they can find there. The third form of city today is the one that can combat climate change. The solutions for climate change is found in cities because of the possibilities to make more efficient energy solutions, for instance. So this is the competitive city in economic terms, it's the attractive city in human terms, and it's the smart city in climate change terms. These are the strategies of cities as well, in terms of the solutions that are tried to find to make cities more competitive, more attractive, and more climate friendly. So for the competitive city, to make economic development in a region, in a country, the cities are really hubs for innovation and economic development. So what the cities are trying to do is to become more entrepreneurial. This means that they try to build infrastructure to attract and facilitate business activities, to facilitate innovation through especially knowledge institutions such as universities. It's also in the cities where you find the research and development departments of big companies. So a lot of value is created through those facilities. And of course physical infrastructure in terms of offices and technological infrastructure, ICT solutions, and as well as facilitating transport in cities are important. So for the attractive city, to make cities good places for people to live, cities are highly interested in the educated classes. So the attractive city would mean for cities to make more cultural offers in the cities, develop public spaces and streets, to green the cities, to make them more nice for recreation and sports and mobility, and naturally to accommodate housing. In terms of So in addition to the focus on competitiveness and attractiveness and climate change that cities are attentive to today, there are additional challenges that are really in focus. The one is of diversity, which is a natural feature of cities, but which comes at stake today, where immigration and refugee questions come into play. It means that we need to find new ways to facilitate diverse societies. Another issue at stake is inclusion of social inclusion of people, because we see that cities have become rather segregated. There are more differences between different groups in society, in the urban society. And whether it's a good thing to live separately is a very important question that we need to address in current cities of today. This is a question of the kind of soft values of cities. How can we create cities for belonging, for attachment, for including all kinds of people, and how can we create cities where we all meet across differences, which is maybe what an urban society is about, where we all are equal citizens and acknowledge each other. And these questions have become more in focus in recent years, not least because the attention to competitiveness and attractiveness of certain groups of people have reduced these questions of who belongs to the city, who have the right to live in the city and to use the city, as cities are becoming more expensive for people to live in. We can see these questions at stake with the right to the city, for instance, in large new mega projects, especially those at the waterfront. They try to be attractive to tourists, to educated people who want to visit museums, cultural institutions, and to consume in rather high-end shops and restaurants and so on. In addition, the businesses that are located in these new projects are mainly in the high end of the business range. So you have consultancies, you have banks, and global enterprises. So it becomes very evident in these projects that they don't reflect the entire urban society, even though public spaces generally are developed as places where everybody can come. But for the functions, the shops, the apartments and the offices, they're all targeted into specific groups. So since the cities have been developed in this direction, I think the questions of inclusiveness and a city for all become very evident, and new attempts are made to make cities more inclusive and diverse, so to make them good places to be for everyone. And I think these are the huge questions for the future as well, not only to make green cities for certain groups of people as the middle classes, but make those places, the green parks and streets in areas all over the city, so that those are good qualities that everyone can enjoy. So the question of equality, inclusion and diversity, in addition to making cities more climate friendly, is really questions at stake in the time to come. So in Oslo, the large project that is transforming our former industrial waterfront is called the Fjord City, and it's really a new sign of the urban development here, but it's also very similar to other cities' urban development, like in Hamburg, for instance, where the project of half the city is developed much in the same way as they do here in Oslo with the new waterfront. So you have a mix of offices, of new housing, of commercial office, and of cultural office that are mixed in new ways to create diverse and attractive areas.